Hello and welcome to this very special recording of Mage Hunter. I am joined by three random people who are not actually random at all. Some of them you will already know. Yes.
Yes, me.
It's you. Yes.
Yes.
It's
Do I get points for that?
Not how the game works, but
No.
I would give you if you could.
Thank you.
Right. There we are. As a matter of fact, you do actually get a point for that. Not now though.
Oh.
It's your hero point. Yeah, you have a hero point that you can spend.
Ooh,
Anyway,
what?
yeah, that's if I'm remembering the right rules. So
I've
you have
got
a
one
hero
written
point.
down.
We are playing Mage Hunter. That's right, we're playing Mage Hunter, which you can grab from the website right now, as a matter of fact, www.greatgamemaster.com, and you will find it there. The other two fine individuals who join us are not as random as you might think. They have a connection. Grace, why don't you start the introductions?
I will, yes. So those of you who watch Dustmore Chronicles, you will recognise me from that. But I have mentioned a few times that I have a podcast called No Small Roles. And the two lovely new faces you see on your screens are two of the players. So Daryl, would you like to say a bit about yourself?
Hello, I am Daryl Bailey. I am he, him pronouns. I am part of No Small Roles along with Grace, and I'm excited, nervous, and slightly confused about what adventure I'm about to step into, but I'm very excited.
I did like Daryl Bailey, like Bond.
I was thinking of like my birth name, but never mind, which is not Daryl, but never mind.
And I'm Ben Galpin, also part of No Small Roles along with these two over here.
Absolutely. And so we're going to be playing some Mage Hunter, and hopefully you'll enjoy the ride, see how the mechanics work. We're going to be learning them just as much as you are as we go along. So we might be stopping every now and again to go, is that how it actually works? Yes, it is. No, it's not. We'll find out. And so there we go. Right. Character introductions.
Yeah.
I'm going to leave those for in-game.
Sure.
Cool.
So the first time that your character gets to do something, you can then just describe, this is my character, this is what we see, this is what we look like. You can already see the artwork in a little bit on the overlay, of course, but that's where we are. Ready?
Yeah.
As will ever be.
As well.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Very well. We descend into the very small province of Arkenvale. There is a map that has been provided, and you may have a look at that map at any point in time. This is the small traveler's copy, which you have picked up in your travels. So you can have a look at that. You are in the city, or the main capital, Arkenvale itself, which is a very large, very prosperous metropolis. Very dirty, overcrowded, full of thieves, full of scum. Wonderful place, really. Sort of like London. So Arkenvale is in the centre of this province, which is surrounded on the southern side by a very, very, very awful area, which contains the carcass of a titanic dragon that died hundreds of years ago and is slowly rotting. Some call it the Deadlands, some call it Opportunity, as there are many who will go into the Deadlands to mine bits of this dragon. Dragon bone contains a lot of itinerant magic. The rotting flesh has been used for all kinds of things, from curing infertility to infidelity. It's a wonderful, wonderful chunk of meat there. I would recommend
Literal chunk of meat.
eating it. To the north, there are the swamps, the great, great swamps, which go on forever, rather miserable. Further north of that, you've got the Elvish territories in amongst the forests and things. Everyone seems to get on with everybody else as long as you don't talk to them. Unless you have something to trade or look like you're strong enough to prevent people from trading involuntarily with you. The exchange would be you don't die and you give them all your stuff. Yes. It's not a happy place, Arkenvale province, but it is yours, and it is where you have found yourselves in various activities. And on this particular day, you find yourselves aboard a carriage. The reason for this is that you have been hired, for whatever reason, by one of your favourite patrons of the fighting pits. Indeed. An individual by the name of Lord Grawn. Yes. The Grawn family are a particularly wealthy group of individuals who make their money by being lords.
And that's work if you can get it.
It is. It really is. You don't ask any further questions because that leads to answers that are very unfortunate. So Grawn, learning that you wanted to change your job prospects, asked you to travel to Allswatch Tower. And Allswatch Tower is a good 40 miles or so away from Arkenvale towards the mountain ranges in the west, in the east, I should say. And it is a little town. Town perhaps is even an optimistic word. There are a couple dozen families there. Allswatch Tower is designed to overlook the great dead plains and the carcasses of the dragon that lie there. As a result, Allswatch is a very big soap manufacturer. Again, less questions.
Cool.
Less stomach movement. And they have, for the past 3 weeks, been sending rather unusual requests to town, asking for more and more and more volunteer workers. Lord Grawn wouldn't normally care because the soap production is good and the soap business is good and he may or may not have interests in that. But the soap production hasn't increased, even though he's sent a good 24 additional personnel. So for a small sum, more than you would make in a week of fighting, he has asked you to go to Allswatch Tower and just see what is going on. Where are all these people going and why aren't they producing more soap?
Sure.
And so you find yourself sitting on a carriage paid for by Lord Grawn. You are not alone. There is one other individual, a very nervous-looking human. She is knitting furiously, possibly in her mid-60s, also heading to Allswatch. But considering that the three of you are decidedly not human, she has adopted the diplomatic approach of just not talking to anybody. Your carriage ride should take you the better half, or the better of a full day to get there. Okay. And so we find ourselves in this little carriage, rumbling along an old road, the cobbles of which half are missing, so there's a bounce and a jostle every now and again, for which the very, very faded cushions do not provide any relief whatsoever. And the human woman happens to look up very quickly and then look away very quickly as she has made very temporary eye contact with our Glottal. What does she see?
She sees a huge hulking Glottal. For those of you to know, it's a goat person, Minotaur of mind. Brown fur, 2 horns, the left one broken off, shorn off clean, got a slightly cleft upper lip from battle. It's wearing leather, like a leather vest, standard armor. He's wearing black trousers that are cut off at the bottom to make way for hooves. And across his lap is a giant bearded axe that has rusted blood on it. Little twinkle in his eye and a bit of a cheeky smile, which is somewhat ruined by the stretching of the scar on his lip.
Nice.
Yes.
She wishes she hadn't looked in that direction. Because the knitting has become more frantic and she is dropping stitches like a crazy person. She's forgetting to count properly. So she looks in the opposite direction at a smaller figure.
Quite small indeed. Certainly next to Charlie. She sees a small gnomish being who has very curly green hair and very pale green face, and looks quite adorable at only 2'5". Just kind of enjoying looking out of the window at the nature, getting out of the city, which is lovely because been in the city a long time, and Garlic Sprout does appreciate nature. And you'd think that they just look absolutely adorable. They've got earthen toned clothing, and they've got a little belt that has a good-sized spoon on it. I'd say the size of an eyeball, for obvious reasons, as Garlic Sprout brings out a little jar and has a look at it, and there is a lovely eyeball just there, keeping an eye on it. And as Garlic Sprout kind of looks at it and smiles at the lady, just aye, puts it away, and nice. Oh, what voice am I doing? West Country. That's a nice bit of netting you got there.
She doesn't really say very much at all. She sort of gives you a very short grin and then goes frantically back to knitting. In the desperation, she casts her eye over to the person sitting opposite her and then realizes that he's also green.
Indeed, he is. Sitting opposite her is Blaze Silverbeam, is an elf, so classic elven ears happening. On his light jade green skin, what is also noticeable is his flame red hair, which is sort of shoulder length. Maybe not as clean and as well kept as he might like. He's wearing leather armor emblazoned with various sort of jade green detailing on it. Again, it's tatty. It was maybe a little bit more pricey at some point, but it's probably seen slightly better days. And he's just staring out the carriage window. I don't think he spots that he's been observed. Playing with a little flame in his fingers, like you play with a Bic lighter, but there's no lighter there.
So edgy.
Hello, Edgelord.
Yes, to which the knitting continues at speed. She is convinced she is going to die in this carriage. Yes. As the carriage makes its way on the dirt track from Arkenvale towards Allswatch Tower, the road starts to change. It goes from the flat plains, which are predominantly wheat fields with little stone walls around them. It starts to become rockier as the road starts to climb up into the actual mountains itself. And the Sarret cliffs start to earn their name. They are very precipitous drop cliffs, favoured by vampires for building castles upon, because a 1,000-foot drop is what you need when you are staring out at the moonlit plains. Nonetheless,
you could have a view.
have a view, right? So yes, so the carriage starts to rumble even more, and there's a thump at one point, which sounds like it comes from the roof, but the cart carries on, sort of going as you are swaying gently.
Years of listening to my father's infidelity when he thought he was subtle. Think might be something upstairs.
Oh, all right. A driver, was that anything out there?
The voice responds, "Tree branch. Apologies. We'll be there soon."
All right.
Tree branch.
Got no trees around here, aren't they?
Aye.
Nice. That means we get into some thick forest, maybe.
Yeah. Thick forest.
Yeah.
Is that good?
Always. More trees, the better, I think. Not enough in the city, really.
No, it's pretty dirty. Sparse of any, gentle life.
good to get out.
Aye, get Arkenvale out of your lungs for this.
The air does smell cleaner.
Bonus.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, this is true. Anybody looking out the window?
Oh, Garlic Sprout absolutely
Yes.
is looking out the window.
Yeah, I
for
think
sure.
Blaze has been generally looking out the window.
You sort of,
like,
you were looking off into the distance.
Yeah.
There is something that
Staring
does
moodily.
play at the back of your mind about what the driver said. Oh yeah, there's no trees. You're travelling through Rocky Mountain.
Oh, gosh.
Oh. Driver, there aren't a huge amount of trees looking out the window. Are you sure that's what it was?
Rogue tree, very common in this part.
All right, I'm going to step outside. He's going to,
Well, presumably you're not going to open the door. and
not
step
open the door,
outside.
step aside, but with his massive height, being 7 foot, is going to
Right.
crouch and poke his head out the back. Best you can see, poke around the carriage to see what's going on.
Okay, I like that. So you're busy sort of looking around, trying to see what you can see. Are you going to spend any points on that? You've got investigation or awareness or something like that?
No.
Excellent.
I have survival.
Okay, all right. Well,
I've got awareness. I was like, do I have anything
Do I have
useful?
awareness?
I do, and I have investigation.
Oh wait, I have awareness. What are we talking about? I do have
there you go.
awareness. I do have awareness.
Okay, brilliant. So the way that it works is you can bid up to 5 to spend
Okay.
on awareness.
Sure.
That doesn't necessarily mean you're going to see more. It just means that you successfully see whatever it is you're looking for. Currently, what you are seeing is the back of the coach, the top of the coach, and the back of the coach driver's head as he's sort of sitting there. The carriage is busy rumbling through. Still no trees. But if you want more information, you're going to have to exert some effort.
Yes, of course. I'm gonna see if I can, with my huge strength, trying to do a pull-up to kind of pull myself up to the top of the carriage and have a peek at the top of the carriage.
You've got acrobatics.
No,
What do you have?
I have
What
survival,
skills do you have?
awareness, melee combat, sleight of hand.
Strength?
No, it's insane.
Okay.
This
fair
is where we find out.
I'll see you die very
We have
quickly.
optimized our characters.
Clearly.
But it also accounts for why, even though you were a pit fighter,
Yes.
you weren't very good.
Exactly.
Yeah, that
Now,
nice.
yes,
Don't really
moved
swing
into
it,
the
do you?
soap
More
market.
sort of lean on
No,
it.
I mean,
Yeah.
came from a noble house, knew nothing about fighting. I thought, try by fire, why not? Yeah. Try-
Okay,
Go
all
on.
right, great stuff. So you're trying to scrabble and haul yourself up onto the back of this carriage.
Yes.
The two of you are just seeing these hooved legs thrashing about.
Yeah.
As he's sort of half in, half out. There's a risk that he's going to just fall
I
out.
think I'm going to look at Garlic and just go, do you think he's all right? Looking at the feet, scrambling.
I'm just going to hold on to one of those feet.
You've got strength, have you?
Oh.
Now,
no.
so the 2 foot tall little gnome is now flailing around.
The
inside the
pendulum
carriage.
into the carriage. The knitting.
Oh dear.
Peaks so quickly.
What is useful right now? I feel like some magic might be called on in this situation.
Possibly. Can you? I mean, I know that you said you're a magician, but so far this group's 2 for 2 on what they are.
What they
not.
actually can do.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
I think I'm gonna observe for the moment and start prepping. Presumably, I can do some sort of magic to provide a little bit of strengthening to the pair
Magic
of
is
them
magic.
if
You
the
can do
magic is
anything with
magic.
it. You just have to figure out what it is that you're doing
Yeah.
exactly. If you go to the quick spells, I think you might find some options there. They're
Quick
really-
spells.
Yes, they've been pre-made for you. That's part of the system.
Raise
So
the
you
sun.
can make
Okay.
any spell you like,
Oh.
It's like,
but that does take a little
praise
bit of
the sun.
time.
Yeah.
Whereas the pre-mades might give you something to work with. So yes, you are currently slowly slipping out the back of the carriage, realizing that your handhelds are not sufficient enough to keep you on the carriage.
Right.
So that's where you're going.
I
And
think I moisturised my hands a bit too much this morning.
you're going with him, and as you let go,
Oh,
you feel as if you're doing nothing at the moment.
let's go. Maybe you should. What voice am I doing? Or we love her. Maybe you should come back in.
I don't think I can see anything from up here anyway. I do. Let go. The truck down.
Have we got a plan yet?
But I mean, we don't have a plan yet. No,
Okay,
no, we're looking at hindrance, where the magical hindrance is a useful.
I'm gonna let go.
Tracking place.
So
Are you coming back into the carriage?
into the carriage.
I think then in that case, all right, give me a little boost up, and I'm going to use my acrobatics, which I do have,
There we are.
and investigate once I'm up there. So do I spend
Beautiful. All right.
for my
So
acrobatics?
yes. How difficult do you think it is to climb up on the back of a moving carriage that is under threat by random tree branch?
Oh,
Climb up my shoulders.
I reckon, if I use the lovely Charlie as
Yes.
extra handholds, and he's got
I like
good
that.
fur, he's tough, so
Yes.
yeah, holding that, and
Right.
I'm very light, so
Yes.
I'm very good at moving. So I'm going to spend 3
Yeah.
of
All right.
my AP.
Hey, beautiful.
Boom.
Spending 3, you scamper up the gottel and out the window and up onto the rooftop of the carriage, which sways gently. It does have a slight camber to it. There's a slight curve to it.
Mm.
The rain will fall off of it, not pool it.
I'm going to keep myself very low to the ground just so to not wobble off.
And in your case, that is really low. So you're good. Yes, you are up there. You are holding on, and you can see the back of the driver's head, and you can see that there are the 2 horses that are slowly pulling this thing up. Looking behind you, you can see that you have already done quite a high ascent, and there is a long curving road slowly describing its way through some very precipitous cliffside. Remember the vampire
Yeah.
loving cliffs.
Good thing we got that
slowly
with us.
describing itself all the way back down into the plains and the fields beyond, which you can see glistening in the afternoon sunlight.
Do I see any sort of dent or anything that seems like this sound came from?
No, you cannot see a sign of a dent at all. But you said you wanted to do an investigation.
I would like to investigate. And the dent, and does it seem like the same driver we started with?
Good question.
That's an excellent question. Excellent question. So I'm going to let you off the hook on this one because you asked that question. I'm going to say it's only going to cost you 1 AP to do your little investigation. And 2 things immediately become apparent. 1, it's definitely not the same driver.
Oh!
Because the first driver, you're fairly certain, was someone who weighed in excess of 300 pounds and was not particularly agile at all, and possibly had an addiction to licorice, because that's what they smelled like. This driver does not smell like that at all. This driver, as a matter of fact, smells a lot like your collection of eyeballs and bits and bobs after you've
What?
walked the ground for a day or 2.
Wait, what?
It's my hobby.
Okay, cool. So wait, growing eyeballs in the ground. So many questions.
Yeah, you plant eye bulbs, as I call them,
Oh, eye
in the
bulbs.
ground, and then they grow up and you get irises.
That makes 100% sense.
Thank you.
I get 1,000 experience points for that joke. Pity the game doesn't use it.
Oh,
You can
no.
save it for another game.
Yeah.
All right. So there you are. Yes, so that is the first thing that you have definitely identified. The second thing that you have identified is that you can see winding down this road. Well, it does look like the carriage is dripping blood.
Oh.
What?
That bad.
Oh, God. Blood. Right. Do I think they've noticed I'm here?
If they haven't paid any attention to it.
Then I'm going to sneak back
Okay,
into the carriage.
very good.
I have got stealth.
Yes, how much stealth are you spending?
2.
You spend 2, that's absolutely fine.
I don't know why I keep showing the camera. Look, I'm spending.
Look at my tokens.
Look at my tokens. I'm just quite excited to have tokens.
I've thought of the classrooms I used to work in, the math toys. Like, we're using columns.
I don't have to do any maths with tokens. It's
No,
great. I
no.
just take them off. Love it.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, everybody. I think we've got a new driver, and our old driver, their blood is all behind us. I hope I'm loud enough for the viewers. More stage whisper. Their blood is all behind us. We should probably get out and get gone, because maybe it's a vampire.
Oh, so we have a new driver. The old driver's dead or exploded, and the new driver drank him, ate him. I mean, we could interrogate him, get to the top, bash his brains in, get some answers, or we could just jump ship. What do you think? And he says to the lady knitting.
She's quite pale, and
Vampire pale.
Yeah, not that pale. Not that pale. Not that pale.
Still got
She says, "Well, I think you're all quite mad. That's what I think."
All right, that was really useful input.
Yes, thank you.
Wonderful.
You don't want to help us at all. You've got stabby things. Do you not do anything with them? You're knitting needles.
Yeah, quite handy.
I can knit.
Right.
Thank you very much.
Oh,
Yes.
all right.
No part of whatever it is that you're doing.
All right.
But
Hey.
if one of you is going to have your way with me,
Oh no, we've got
well,
no
that's
interest.
absolutely fine.
Whoa. Hang on. Sorry, some accusations have been made here.
Have you got a thing for
no, but I know what
Goats
bandits
and-
look like.
Bandits?
Oh.
You're plotting to take it over.
No, it's
no,
already been
That's
taken.
already happened.
It's already happened. The driver died.
Oh, you don't think it's very convenient that I happen to be the witness that heard you say, "Oh, the driver's been killed." Meanwhile, he's probably still alive, and you're going to go and kill him now. That way, when the authorities question me, I'll have to tell them that I heard you say that he was dead. It's very clever.
It is a good plan.
That is a very good plan. Would you like to make a living as an adventurer? We could do with someone like you, someone who's like shrewd and
A
devious.
mind
and
like
comes up
that
with
could
these
go a
plans.
long way.
I know that was a lot of pre-thought there going in. You know, yeah, you could do
You won't be
well.
able to butter me up. She says.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna spend 3 charms.
3 charms.
3
Wow.
charms.
Ooh,
So maybe
okay,
against
this
the
is
other
where
ones.
your the skills are. I see.
Okay.
No strength, all in charm.
It's all in charm.
You're going to spend 3 charm.
Yes.
Oh.
At the moment, she's going to resist you.
Oh.
Ooh.
But what are you trying to charm her? How are you trying to charm her?
I'm gonna charm her. We're on a job. We're going to investigate why certain people have stopped producing soap, and soap is universally used by people of all denominations for whatever reason. Cleaning themselves, cleaning up their acts. Hey, I come from a place where my father was quite a dirty man in all manner of speaking. He could have used with a bit of soap to clean up after his affairs. But at this very moment, we're travelling in a carriage with a lot of blood on it. And soap could be used in, I don't know, cleaning up a crime scene, if you know what I mean. You've put a lot of thought and pre-planning into what could be. And the scenario, that is not actually true. You can use someone with your persuasion and forward thinking.
She blushes furiously. And she thinks she's following your double entendres and your implications and things about dirty soap. She's not entirely sure. Her mind's going in all different directions, and I'm worried about the PG rating of this show.
I only said soap.
She is nearly convinced. You're going to have to take some more effort if you really wanted to get her onto your side.
I'm spent 2 more.
Very well.
2 more.
She will not resist you. Well, she will resist slightly, but she's only going to spend one.
Yeah.
She's not going to spend all that. So, yes. What is your final request of her? What is your charm? You've beaten her down.
Okay. Oh, 2 minds like
The
jump off.
needles are poised.
Needles are
Everyone
poised.
is hanging on your
Oh yes,
next words.
they are. I shouldn't have put this there. Come with us to Allswatch. Come with us to Allswatch. Join us in our little investigations, and I promise you, the time of your life.
Well, I was going to Allswatch anyway, I suppose. And all right, I'll do it. Why not?
It's a good lass. And I whisper to Garlic, "What bloody hell do we do now?"
Well, I think she'll be really good with those stabby things.
Right, that's a good idea. We can
Yeah.
always have another pair of hands stabbing.
But we need to, Blaze, we need to deal
We need to-
with the driver.
Yeah.
Drivers.
I mean,
situation.
if we jump out now, very painful, and don't want to hurt the child.
How fast are we moving? Are we moving
Yeah.
Are we moving at like?
5 miles an hour.
Oh,
perhaps.
right.
The horses are walking. You're going up and up and up and up. Speaking of which, one of the horses walks past the window.
What?
What?
Away,
What?
wrong direction.
Wait, what?
Different direction, yeah.
Different direction.
Yeah.
Isn't that our horse?
So how are we still moving? Have we got one less? How many horses were driving a carriage?
2.
2.
Yeah.
Why is the
Carriage
horse-
is slowed down.
Carriage has slowed down.
Right. I suggest we jump the driver and get some answers.
I think we need some.
All right. Are we going to kill them? Or
Whoa.
You can't kill them.
what? No.
No.
Oh.
No.
Someone's already dead. You said there was blood pouring out the back of the carriage.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, the new driver, which is 100% the truth.
Yeah. So you want to take them prisoner, haven't you?
Yeah, of course.
Because if you don't, when you arrive at Allswatch and you've got dead driver and dead person, they're just going to look at you, aren't they?
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's two dead bodies.
And do you know
And
how
the 4
to
of us.
drive a horse and carriage? I'm a bit too big for that.
It's not really my area of expertise.
It's not in mine either.
I mean, horses are nature. So if horses are nature, then I could drive. Okay, so we need to
Let's deal with the driver.
deal with the
We
driver.
do need to deal with the driver.
How are we going to do that?
What? Garlic, when you looked out, was the driver in the same position as the old one?
I could see the back of the head. I could see the back of the head.
Mhm.
So, yes, in the same position, driving position.
Right.
But that's all I could see. I couldn't see like from shoulders down. My accent. I'm sorry, everybody. It's going on. I keep on going into Georgie.
They've managed to switch drivers without interrupting our travel because we didn't notice at all until the thump. So the thump must have been the old driver tumbling off the back of the wagon into the wastes.
Yeah.
So that's when the switch must have happened.
So a new driver has come in from the air.
Swooped in, flying vampire. Do we know vampires can fly?
Oh, you should,
Well, vampires are more of a myth than anything else,
Oh,
right.
really. So, to give you some context,
Yes.
blood magic and blood mages
Oh dear.
is incredibly illegal. If you are a blood mage and you are found out to be a blood mage, you will be hunted down by the Mage Hunters.
Yes,
That's in the title.
yeah.
That'd make a good book.
And so the blood mages themselves, there are different types of blood mages.
Yes.
Some function very similarly to vampires, but the vampire, the whole undead thing, magic doesn't really last that long in this world.
Oh.
Magic is very fleeting.
Mhm.
So to create a sustained magical effect requires ridiculous amounts of power, ridiculous amounts of energy. As an elemental, if you wanted to make something permanent, you are sacrificing AP permanently to make something last longer. So you are literally getting weaker by imbuing yourself into this thing. So the idea of undead and vampires and things, they exist, but they're not very, very common. Blood mages are far more common because anyone can become a blood mage. You can literally draw on the power of blood and it sort of doubles your output in terms of damage and stuff. But it is very addictive, unfortunately.
Garlic, how much blood are we talking was up there?
All right, so I saw all on the road behind us, it looks like lots and lots and lots and lots of blood. Like we've been dragging a sack full of blood.
But you didn't see a body.
Oh, you didn't see no body? No.
Well,
But I saw lots and lots of blood.
Blood coming from?
The old driver, maybe the old driver's still at the front and maybe it's being bled and blah, 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 blah.
The horse, did the horse look, I was going to say damaged, but that's not the right term. Injured.
damaged.
I mean, the horse
Like a
did
dent in
look
the car.
psychologically traumatized.
Fender bender.
It looked traumatized, okay.
Right.
Well, it was, it was moving at pace past you.
Looking unhappy, as
Yeah.
horses go.
Yeah, it wasn't happy.
We should get that driver.
We should
We need to get him.
get that driver.
My name is Olivia, by the way.
Oh, hi, Olivia.
hi.
Yes.
Oh,
Olivia.
yeah.
Yes, Olivia.
Garlic sprout.
Right.
Charlie Dunnell.
Blaze.
Of course. Well, if you're going to go get this driver, you better
We need to do it.
shake
now.
a tail. If we're down to one horse, it's going to take us even longer to get to Allswatch.
All right. So if I make the driver halt, then that might mean we can hold them in place,
We'll hold them and then...
and then you two can interrogate.
Yeah, interrogate, cut off a limb, you know.
So I'm gonna.
What are you guys good at stabilising decapitated cavities? You know, if I cut the fella's arm off, could you like...
It's not really in my wheelhouse.
No?
Oh,
I thought magic... Okay, right, no?
medicine.
Medicine? You got medicine, great,
Yeah.
cool. If it comes to that. But you could probably stitch up the wounds, couldn't you, Olivia? If it's a bit... Just give him a little...
I have been known to help out.
Yeah? Right.
Actually.
Shouldn't come to that.
Full of all sorts of tricks, aren't you?
Why? What do you know?
Olivia.
This is why she's on the team, mate.
Yeah.
Word spreads far and wide.
Do you say that?
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Okay.
Blaze. What?
Just give me a second. I just want to double check something.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I would like you to give me a psychology. Do you have psychology?
I do not.
Okay, so that's really easy for her then.
Oh!
She looks at you, she scrutinizes you for a moment, and do you want her to think you're telling the truth? It will cost you 2 AP because you don't have the skill.
No. I think he's just...
He's just pulling her leg.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get the sense that she reads you for a few seconds, analyzing you, almost like sizing you up, and then she goes, "Of course," and goes back to her needlework.
Right.
All right. So I'm going to go up and I'm going to go behind the driver and I'm going to go halt. And then you two can come out the windows.
Cool.
And then we do it like that.
Lovely.
Right.
Olivia, you're on standby until the fella gets injured, and then you might need your needle skills.
Understood?
Right.
Right. So Garlic is going to go back up the way they came
All right,
before.
so here we have our little carriage,
Yeah.
and you've got a little window at the back, and you've got the 2 side doors that you would step into, and then you've got the seats that you are sat on, and then the driver is at the front with the horse. Well, the horse.
The
now.
horse.
Yes. I'll put the horse there. Yeah.
Garlic, did you say you were going to
I'm
go
going
out?
to go out there
Yeah.
because that's what I did before. So I knew that I can do that.
Right.
And then he's going to cast halt at the back of the driver's head.
All right.
I
So
think-
you're on the roof. Yeah.
I'm going to head to one of the doors and hack.
Left to right.
I'll head to
Yeah.
this door
I'll
near
cross
me
over
here.
to the other side.
Oh, excuse me.
You too. And stand by to sort of open the door and try and lean out when the halt command is given, but hanging on as tightly as I can, which ain't going to be very tight because strength ain't a thing.
I mean, luckily this is not a fast-moving carriage,
Yeah.
so
No,
that's
exactly,
okay.
yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah, sure.
It's okay.
Yeah, ready to go.
Yeah, all right. So do I have to spend any AP to get up on
No,
to the
so
carriage?
you've already
Because
climbed
I've
up
done
to
it
the roof before.
Lovely.
That's not a problem. You've got a sense. The carriage is now going a lot slower than it was before.
Right.
Because it's down to one horse. The driver's head is no longer visible.
Oh, so I'm going to have to crawl across the carriage.
All right, you crawl across the carriage, and then I have one question for you. Do you want to act in the first phase or the second phase?
Uh-oh.
Acting in the first phase requires 1 AP.
I'm going to act in the first phase because
Very
hopefully
good.
halting should stop all the things. So
All
I'll
right.
spend my 1 AP
So you
to
are-
act in the first phase.
Lovely. And what happens is, as you have crawled over to look, the driver is now busy in the process of untethering the second horse.
Oh my
Oh
god.
no.
Oh.
Right, so I am going to see that and cast Halt! 5 AP.
5 AP.
Whoa.
What does Halt do?
So can I flavour it a bit for Garlic Sprout?
Of course you can.
So in here it says, on the command of Halt, one target weighing no more than 300 pounds is
Correct.
locked in place and cannot take any actions for the
Yes.
duration of the spell
Yes.
other than counter charm spell action. Because Sprout is very much nature, circle of life, everything. I imagine vines to kind of wrap around the wrists and the neck of this new driver to keep them locked in place.
Perfect. And the driver, as the vines are up around, goes, see, told you there was random foliage. You lock him in place with some random foliage, which you've managed to conjure up. So he is in the middle of pulling out the last pin to release the horse.
Oh.
So you've now locked him in place. That's what you are doing. Right. What are you doing, Charlie?
As soon as
You've heard the word halt.
halt, cool. I've jumped out of the carriage. Jumped out, sprints up and around.
Right.
And I'm gonna get my axe, get right up to the driver and hold it at his neck. Oh, there, suspicious fella. Oh, well, I guess you can't move. You've been halted.
He
Got-
would look at you, but he can't. So you are pointing at him. You realise that he was sitting on the body of the driver.
Oh.
And the body of the driver has some gnaw marks.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes. Blaze.
Has the carriage stopped moving with the horse? or
No,
is
the
it
horse is still moving
yeah.
slowly, but it's very slow.
So it's slow enough to jump
jump
out.
out, yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
Okay, I will jump out, come around the other side,
Right.
not too near the legs of the horse because
Right.
I don't want to.
You want to speak the horse?
Let's not spook the horse. But I think he'll just play with a little bit of fire on his fingers
Okay.
and go, you're going to get released from those vines in a second, and then I would think very carefully about what you do next.
Okay. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. That's what he is hearing. Top of the round. Are you going to go in the first round or the second? And your spell will run out unless you've paid for extra duration.
How do I pay for extra duration?
You
Is
add
that-
AP to your spell,
well,
which you would have done when you cast it.
oh, okay.
No,
I
learning
learn.
lesson.
Learning a
Right,
lesson.
Yes, it's only 1 extra AP for a round, so it's not terrible.
Or in that, well, I suppose I need to cast it again because this looks not very nice. What extra AP would I spend to
1 extra.
1 extra AP? Okay, so I'm going to spend.
But are you going to go in the first round? Is the
Yes.
question.
So I'm going to
that's
spend one
to
from
go in
the
the
extra
first.
round.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then I'm going to do 5 for the spell itself and
Yes.
an extra 1
To make it last for
to
an
make
extra
it last for an
round.
extra
Okay.
round.
Perfect.
Boom.
He is not going to spend any action points at this point in time. Are the two of you going to act in the first round or the second?
I mean, he feels fairly.
I think he's stuck there. So
Yeah,
I don't,
I'll go in a second.
Same. I'm
Okay.
going to go in a second as
That's
well.
fair. That's fair. I'm going to add him now. He gets added. All right.
I've been spending a lot of AP,
Oh, yeah.
everybody.
Good.
Driver has.
Oh dear.
Yeah, that's what's like
That's
that.
all you got left.
Whoa!
That's brilliant. Yes.
Maybe extend that.
So he's still held. Blaze, Charlie, you want to do anything?
Have we got anything on the carriage to potentially tie him up?
Oh, yeah. On the side of the carriage, there's extra ropes and things in case the carriage gets stuck.
Okay.
There's
Can
absolutely...
because we're gonna the vines are only gonna last so long. Can I attempt to bind him? in some way?
Yeah, you can start to time up. Sleight of hand.
Sleight of hands.
We do have a sleight of hand.
We have sleight of hand.
Brilliant.
Let's do it well.
Okay.
So I'll spend 3.
Oh, very nice.
Yes.
Okay, so on 3, I like that. I'm just going to put here down. Yep. Okay. Very cool. So you are tying up the driver in his position, but you are tying him down. Okay,
And
Charlie?
we can talk as well.
Yeah, you can
That's
talk,
free
that's
action.
Yeah.
I'm tying him up.
Tying him up. Charlie's just gonna ask like, so what's your little plan here? You released the horse. You snacked on our old driver. Were we next? What's going on, friend? He can't talk.
He's halted. He's frozen in time.
Ah.
Yeah.
Oh, I am
Jesus
sorry. I'm
Christ.
just getting used to this spell, and I forgot that it would also stop their mouths.
That's fine. Perhaps we should. Olivia, could you possibly look at the back of the carriage, make sure this fellow doesn't have more friends that could fly in and make snacks of us?
You hear the carriage door opening. You hear her sort of walking to the edge. Can't see nothing except the horse.
Lovely. As long as it stays that way, we should be fine. Hopefully, this person's alone.
Do we want to maybe grab that other horse?
What is? I'll be right back. I'm gonna go up to the horse. I can. Oh, I'm quick.
How far away is the
quick,
horse
aren't
that was wandering off?
I? Yeah, how far is the horse?
About 100 yards. It's not very far.
I'm quick, aren't I? I'm
Yes.
quicker than most people.
Yeah, I am not quick.
I'm gonna go after the horse.
The horse is a well-trained wagon horse. Really, it's
legging it. It's booking.
No. It wandered down the road because it got released. Going, I'm not entirely sure what I'm supposed to be doing, but when I'm released, I usually get fed, and there's nothing here for it to eat. It's rock, so it sort of stopped.
Oh, bless him.
And then when you're approaching, it's like, well, you might have food.
You've been disappointed, mate. What do I have? I literally have a water skin. No, it's not good for horses. I'm gonna charm the horse to come back.
It's
survival.
Literally, you can walk up to. Do you have wrangling?
I do not have wrangler.
Okay. All right. So you don't really know exactly. You know it's a horse.
Yeah.
So how you make it
Legs.
move? You could.
I heard tell of a play once, horse whisperer. So I was going to whisper, "Come here, horsey mate. Back to the carriage. You know, come on, mate." So
All right.
intensively, like make weird gestures of like approach to it, like. Well, my neck is out, like so. Like, come on, you know. Not even looking at him, like trying to.
Brilliant.
Bridle.
That's what you're doing. I like that. Blaze, what are you doing?
I was tying.
You're
him
tying him
up
up. Yes, that's right.
round,
That's
yeah.
right. So
Yeah.
end of round, and as you are saying, sort of come on, the horse starts to move towards you. And then its face opens up and teeth just pop out from either side of it.
Of course.
And so there's a horse now charging towards you.
Oh,
willing to
no.
eat you.
No! Oh no! That's
Oh, Charlie, I'm so sorry.
What is this horse?
How do you spell horse? I think it's a horse.
nightmare
This
horse.
is no normal horse.
This is not a regular horse. No, indeed it isn't. And so it's
What is this?
Dear.
I love it.
So we're all going to die.
Charlie screams. Oh!
Right, so the horse is going to go first. It's going to act in the first round. Are you acting the first round? You're hearing the scream behind you. The driver is still held for another round.
Yeah, I mean, if I hear the scream, I'm gonna hop back onto the roof.
Charlie is down here.
Charlie's down there. To see what's happening, basically. So I'm not going to go in the first round this time because also I need to start not spending all my AP.
Right.
So yeah, I'll go in the second phase. Sorry, not round.
Okay, second phase.
Yeah,
Perfect.
second phase.
Okay.
But yeah.
Charlie, Blaze.
First round, horse has to die.
Horse has to die, so says
Unfortunately.
Charlie. Spend an AP.
Yes.
I think I will go in the second round to try and get a read on the situation. There's a lot going on, and I think in this moment, Blaze is just like finishing tying up and just distracted by like, oh,
Wait,
hang
what?
on.
Why is it screaming?
This has changed what I thought we were doing.
Absolutely. Okay, the horse is charging towards you. What are you going to do?
Pull out the axe. I'm gonna rapid strike.
Make your attack. I think it's brilliant.
So that is it? No, wait.
Was
3.
this page you needed?
No, it's on my it's on the class.
Yeah. What are you looking for?
Rapid strike allows me to do 2 melee attacks, but
Okay.
I cannot move as a consequence.
Ah.
But a weapon attack is my target loses 5 AP,
Yes.
so
It's not defending.
it's not defending.
No.
Cool. So it loses 10, but I'm looking for how much that costs me to make those attacks.
Right. So it's definitely going to be 1 AP as a base.
Sure. One
Yeah.
is spent, and I think an axe.
Yeah.
Standby quarters.
We're
All
learning.
We're
Learning.
You
Yay,
swing that
who
axe. Yes.
yeah.
Oh, spells. No.
It's your
Combat.
ability has a cost, doesn't it? Your rapid strike.
It does. Oh, 3 AP.
Oh.
There we go.
I'll write it down.
It was already in
It was
there.
already written on my sheet.
Well done,
3
Pascal.
AP.
Well done.
There you are.
Cool.
Brilliant. So you do a rapid strike and you do 10 damage.
Yes.
Nice.
That is brilliant. So your 10 damage cuts cleanly through its armor,
Mhm.
which is hide. Also
Yes.
not that strong. And does 10 damage to it. My goodness. All right. Okay. Okay. Well, that cut through a lot of its value quite quickly. It doesn't
Nice.
have nearly as much as it had before. It is also going to counterattack though, and remember its whole face has opened up. there's
So
some
like
jaw.
this way.
Yes, and
Oh.
there's rows of teeth on either side and a long raspy sort of tongue.
Like a sideways
Which is-
crocodile.
Yes, exactly. So it's going to try and bite you, which is its significant action. It's its full action. You didn't take it into defense, so it is going to automatically hit you. And it is just going to nom you for 7 damage.
Nom, nom.
Yes.
That's reduced
By your armor. What's your armor?
I have 16 AB total.
Yes. So you will now have 11 AB total.
Lovely.
Yes. So that armor will only come back once you've repaired it, however.
Okay.
So that's what it does. That's the end of the round there.
Mhm.
That takes us to Blaze, or the end of the phase anyway. So Blaze, you're up.
Cool. How are we feeling about how well tied the driver is?
Driver is pretty
Tied.
well tied. The magic is still holding him in place as well, though.
Yeah, for one more round.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to look at the driver and go, "Don't go anywhere. I'll be back." And
Still no reaction.
good lad. And head to the back of the carriage.
Sure.
And let's chuck magic assessing the situation.
Yes.
Big nom-nomming horse.
Charlie is being
Charlie
chewed
being-
on by a
yeah.
horse.
I think I'll go, he does get himself into trouble. And let's fire a magic bolt at the horse, please.
Okay, spend your AP. 'cause
So that will be
we'll hit.
2 AP, 1 round, 1 target, 100 foot, and that will do 4 AP
4 AP
damage to the horse.
Very nice.
Oh, magically attuned. I count as having spent an additional 1 AP whenever I've cast a spell.
So 5 damage.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay,
Mm.
brilliant. The horse is not looking good at all.
Great.
Bits of burning flesh are slowly crisping. There is the horrific aroma of burning hair, and you are aware that you are no longer alone. Blaze is obviously around.
Good timing, mate. I'm about to be made the second snack of the day.
Garlic.
Good job. You driver. All right, you're going to be able to move in a minute, but I suggest you only move your mouth and tell us what's going on, or we'll kill you as well.
Okay. He says in his head. Because that's all that he can do there. That takes us to the top of the round, and so questions are asked. Who is acting in the first phase? Charlie?
Charlie is acting in the first
Spend
phase.
1 action point.
Yep.
The horse is not acting in the first phase. It can't. Blaze?
I'll hold fire for the moment.
Okay. The driver is going to act in the first phase because he's no longer held. Garlic?
Maybe not. No, I'm going to work in the second phase because I've
Okay.
given them Can I be in the second phase and choose to defend? I can't do that, can I?
No. Well, you could only defend against anybody else acting in the
second phase. Yeah,
Yes.
cool. I'm just going to see what happens.
Okay.
Much to
Great
probably.
stuff. So, Charlie.
Can I spend an extra AP to do more damage?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, to overspend because it's 1 AP
Yes.
to make an attack,
Yes.
and I can spend an extra AP
Correct.
to deal an additional 1 AP to its normal. So I normally would
Correct.
do 5. So spending an extra AP is
6.
6. Cool. So that's
Brilliant.
2 AP spend.
How
We.
do you kill this animal?
I swing the axe, like spin it on my head like a helicopter, and two-handed right down the center and like cleave through its cloven face.
Brilliant. Brilliant. The whole thing drops to the floor.
Oh,
And immediately, oozing out of the open wound, you can see these little bright pink maggot-like worms.
oh dear.
But they seem to be about 15 or 20 of them. And as they drop out of the wound, they seem to be looking around.
The true masters of Eldritch Horror are all around me. Oi, someone do something about this. I'm just like
You can
gingerly
move.
stepping around. I can move. I can move. I gingerly like retreat back, holding my
Yeah.
axe, shaking like.
That's fair.
Oh.
The driver shouts at you, "I'm trying to help."
Oh! Are you sure about that?
Yes.
Do I have any way of seeing what I think?
You can make a psychology to try and determine whether he's telling the truth or not.
I don't have psychology.
Okay, so it will be 2 for 1.
Yeah, I'm going to do that because I feel like that would be really important information. So,
All
Yeah.
right. As he's talking, you realize firstly that's a different accent that he's using now to the one that he was using when you were first addressing him. Secondly, he doesn't seem to have any blood on his face at all.
which if he was a blood mage, he would.
Well,
if he
the corpse had
had
been
been
chewed on,
nibbled.
right?
Yeah.
At least that's what it looked like when you were looking at the corpse. But he didn't have any. He doesn't have any blood on his face. So,
But the horse,
not
he's
sure
like,
what's going on.
I've seen the horse nom my friend.
And he was trying to release
Yes,
the second horse.
there is that. There is definitely that.
Mm.
Yeah. So you're pretty sure that he's telling you the truth.
Right. So, yeah,
So that's him done.
that's him done.
Because he's bound now. So now
Yep.
he's pulling against his binds. He's not going to spend any action points trying to get out. So second phase, Garlic.
I think we might have done the wrong thing. Garlic is going to try and unbind the driver.
All right, Blaze.
I'm going to shout over at Garlic, well, let's hold fire on the untying of him until we know exactly what's going on.
I mean, they're really small, so it takes them a while to do anything.
Yeah, just to get down there.
Yeah.
Can
Blaze,
I-
you are seeing these maggoty
Yeah,
things.
seeing these maggots.
Yes.
Are they look like they're heading towards Charlie.
They're only about that long.
Yeah.
So they look as if they're looking for something, but
Something.
it would take them hours to cover the current distance.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. They're little inching. They're not quick at all.
They're not good though.
Possibly.
Feel like we need a sample of one. Quite tempted to go and burn them all though.
Burn them all. Burn them
Kill
all.
it with
Fire.
Yep.
There's still another horse that potentially.
There is still
Another
horse.
demon alligator.
The maggots
horse.
are going to be there in a minute when I come back, I think, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go to the front to the driver, I think.
All right.
I'm going to go around the other way, so
Oh,
I'm not
sure.
near the horse.
Ah. No problem.
And I think let's ask the driver, and where exactly did you come from then?
So the driver looks at you and he says, I'm from All's Watch. I've been watching this carriage for quite some time. People have been going missing, he says. As he says that, we now need to decide if you are in first or second phase. Anybody?
I'm gonna have to stay in second phase because I've been way too spendy with my AP.
Okay.
So purely for my own preservation.
I'm going first phase.
You're going first phase?
Yeah.
All right.
These horses, man.
Hold back, evaluate.
Evaluate.
Yeah.
Okay. He's about to answer, and just as he is about to answer, Charlie, you see this because you're at the back as well.
I know. Olivia!
Yes. Olivia has moved up behind you, Blaze, and she says, yes, he has been looking for all sorts of things, hasn't he? Been very observant, hasn't he? She says. And then she stabs you with some knitting needles.
Oh, I knew
God,
she'd be
you were
getting
right!
those.
You were right! She's great with the needles.
You were right. Oh, yes.
Okay, for this idea.
Oh, wait. Think about the money.
no.
Okay, so I just need to put some discs aside here very quickly. As she plunges the two needles into you. She's acting in the first phase, you're in the second phase, you can't defend.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, she buries both needles deep into your shoulders,
Oh.
and you take 5 AP damage.
Okay, I've got
From the needles.
armor 10, so I'm down to 5.
Yes. You get the distinct impression as she's sort of burying these needles in you that she's licking her lips.
Oh no.
Oh.
So
I
that is
said
what
she was
she's-
pale, and you said not that pale.
She hasn't eaten for a while.
For a very, well, no, she
No, maybe she had.
she has recently.
Yeah, no.
Charlie, what
The
are you doing?
opposite.
I'm charging Olivia.
So 10, 20, 30, 40, I think you can do that.
Yeah,
can't you?
I think 45
Absolutely.
is
Brilliant.
thing.
You're charging behind her.
tears in my eyes. You bitch, it's me!
She gives you a look and she says, I'm going to deal with you later. You made promises.
Oh.
I did. Let's see if you remember them first, and I'm going to swing it out with my axe. So it's 1 AP to attack.
Yes.
I'm going to spend an extra 2.
Yes.
So that's 7 damage.
Nice.
Yeah. If she, yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
Okay. She is not happy with that. As you swing at her, you get the decided impression that the woolen jumper that she's wearing, it took quite a lot of the damage.
Oh,
Yeah.
Knitted armor.
Love it.
Well, you do knit chainmail.
Yes,
That is the
You
term
do.
for
That's true.
making chainmail.
Oh my god.
Garlic, what do you do?
I love just as Grace. I love that so much.
We didn't think to ask, like, what's she knitting? Armor. There's 3 warriors in front of me.
Can I complete untying the driver?
You can indeed.
Releasing
yes,
the driver because I
absolutely.
do think
Okay.
that
I
they're
will
going to
not
help.
stop you this time.
Thank you. And I am gonna. What can I do? Okay, so I've got a dagger, mostly so I can chop off things like noses, eyeballs, fingers, etc. But can I use it in melee, even though I don't have melee combat as a thing? Can I use that dagger?
You just wouldn't be able to do any damage with it. You would be considered as having done an unarmed attack.
So I've just... Oh, okay. So it's an unarmed attack.
Yeah.
And then what damage do you do with an unarmed attack?
I think it's 1. Could be 2. Could be 2. Let's just double check that. But I think it's very low.
Ooh,
Yeah. So you're just going to try and punch her, are you?
Yeah, because...
And punch her knees.
Yeah. Although I'm up on the carriage, so I've got some height.
Yes.
So yeah.
So you're going to drop down on top of her then?
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna
Little plants.
These are not GM suggestions. These are just GM
no,
suggestions.
no. Also, I need to remember what we're playing, and yes, I want to drop onto her head and try and dig my fingernails into her eyeballs.
Oh.
Oh my gosh, let's go.
How much?
Oh,
Good
dear.
guys.
We never said we were the good
We never
guys.
said
that's
that.
true.
We
That
never
was
said
never
that.
claimed.
No.
I'm just looking at how many AP I have before I do something really foolish.
Right. Yes.
Yes.
Not a terrible idea.
I know I've got a lot. Sorry, I've gone on a journey. I am going. I'm going to punch her
Okay.
to try and help Blaze out, but it's more of a defense moment rather than
Anything else?
yeah.
Fair. Okay, so you spend an AP to make the punch.
Yep.
Which is not a problem, and you do 2 damage.
2 damage. There's some damage.
Which again, as you punch her, you realise that woven knitted stuff is it's padded armor. It's pretty effective.
Oh, that hurts with a fist.
I want one for Christmas.
Yeah. She would have cooked. She would have made you one too if you hadn't screwed up her plans.
Oh.
But now you are just going to be dinner. So there you are. Oh, I'm sorry. So unarmed combat is 3 actually.
I should have
2.
spent 3. Oh,
No, it costs 1, but
That's 3 damage.
it's 3 damage.
that's nice.
Yeah, it's only if you don't have anything at all
Mm.
and you are just doing punching or kicking, desperately trying to get out of it. Okay, that is Garlic Blaze. What are you doing?
A quick question.
Yes.
So with my magically attuned, it says I count as having spent an additional 1 AP
Yes.
whenever I cast. Does that mean it costs 1 less to cast?
No, it goes
it
up
just
by one.
so
it means you can extend the range.
So
the
it can extend the
duration,
range or the duration or the kind of the number of targets or that kind of
Yes,
thing. Got
correct.
you. Thank you. Okay, I think I've also got a free action,
Uh-huh.
so I can do a free action and cool. So as a free action, I would like to use my create flame ability, if I may.
Sure.
Spend an AP, and I would like to try and set her woolen armor on fire
Oh.
because it
nice.
creates a candle-sized flame within 50 foot
Yes.
in its real fire, not magical fire,
Right.
for this
Yes.
particular spell.
Correct.
So
Correct.
let's see if we can set her armor on fire.
Okay, so you've created this little spell
It's
just
only
on
a
her-
little-
on-
it's just a
yes,
little
this
tiny
little
one.
candle flame.
But if nothing else, it might distract.
And how long does it last? What does it have a duration?
It doesn't.
It
It
doesn't?
just it says it's real fire, so I
Yes,
think
it's just
it
gonna
just-
burn until-
however long fire
Yeah.
lasts.
Well, however long a candle lasts.
Yeah.
Out in the open.
How long's a piece of string?
Yeah.
On a flaming arm.
Oh, wait. Oh, no.
Fair.
So it does. It starts to smoulder. I'll give you that much.
Okay, but it's not doing much.
But it's not going to.
It's less effective than I hoped.
These are not Hollywood curtains.
Nope. Fair.
Yeah.
Fair enough. They haven't been doused in lighter fluid.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is. Okay.
But
Blaze
if
is gonna have to mold it.
if it was rope and it was stationary, I definitely say that it will burn nicely.
Cool. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So that was your free action.
That was my
So
free action.
Nothing ventured, nothing gained.
Nothing ventured, nothing
Yeah.
gained. I think let's reach behind and magic bolt her.
Okay.
I mean, it feels like we should up the ante on this one a little bit. So
Right.
I will add an additional 4 AP, I believe, to do 8 AP damage.
Yes.
So that's going to be a total of 6.
Yes.
Nice.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to try and do 8 AP damage.
Very
And
nice.
with my magically attuned,
Yes.
that ups it by 1 more, I believe.
Very nice. Nice.
Nice.
1, 2, 3. Okay.
Jeez.
You blast flames across her. She screams in agony, clutching at her warped features. She's still standing, but not by much. the driver looks at you and says, "Do you trust me?"
I'm gonna have to.
Okay.
Reassuring.
So he leaps over you.
Not
and
hard.
Lands on this side over here. Yeah. Okay. And pulls out this fairly impressive looking crossbow, which he then fires at Olivia. And he hits her and pins her to the side of the carriage with the bolt sticking through her chest. And she sort of flails around for a little bit and then expires. Yeah. But as she expires, out the nostril, out the ears, those little wormy things start crawling. He shouts, "Step back!"
I do.
Yes, please.
Nope. Oh, what's going on? Right. None of you want to help those little worms?
We don't want to help
I
them.
mean, yes, Charlie likes to help the worms into the afterlife.
Oh, yeah, sure.
He was starting to aim at Charlie as you were saying that until you said afterlife.
Just like get his axe gingerly away from his body and just trying to just stamp it out. with the
Oh
butt of
yeah,
his
yeah, yeah.
axe.
They
Just
pop instantly.
pop. Like,
Yeah, yeah. Absolutely, absolutely.
Is that? I'm going to ask the driver. What are those?
Right. So, do you have any affiliation whatsoever with someone possibly going by the name of Cavard?
I don't think so.
Not in my recollection.
He's watching you all very carefully.
I know of.
We're here to help. We're here to find out why people aren't. Lots of people are coming here, and then not as much soap is being made.
Maybe there's not enough soap to wash these worms clean out of your body.
What do you mean, lots of people?
Well, lots of people keep on. We found out from our patron. They said that they keep on sending more and more volunteers to help with the making of the soap, but no extra soap's being made. So, what are those volunteers doing?
I think I'm going to look at the carriage and the instant and go, I'm beginning to suspect they've not been arriving.
There hasn't been anyone new at all, no.
Yes.
That's why I've been watching the roads to see what's going on.
Have you seen any other instance like this one? This hot mess?
Usually the driver unhitches the horse to act as a sort of guard dog, and then the contents of the carriage disappear.
Oh, so all those volunteers, they might be filled with all these horrible pink worm things.
I hadn't thought about it that way. Why do you think they're filled with pink worms?
Well, if they've been coming here, and maybe that's the thing, and then they're trying to, make more friends. We like making friends. I like making friends.
It's a conspiracy of the attack of the worm empire filling people's brains, taking them over. Look at you. And he gets his axe and he's like lifting Olivia's chin like, you seem to be a sweet, nice person. You're a worm. You're a worm. Literal in every manner of speaking. Worm.
Good.
Betrayed us.
Nice. That was lovely, Charlie.
What about that horse over there?
Yes.
His face split open and everything. Just like swallowed saliva.
Garlic has
Oh my
walked
God.
across the top of the carriage and
Yes.
come over to Charlie and gone on his shoulder and is just trying to help calm him down because Garlic realises he's
Listen,
had a
Listen,
quite a
I'm
stressful
a big
time.
fella, right? I've fought many a big brutey in the Colosseum. I can handle brutes in the Colosseum. I can handle finding multiple men and women in my father's bed when he's betraying my mother's trust. But a worm
Thank you for sharing.
and a horse splitting open. Ooh,
Really,
Gonna-
the main thing is Daddy
I
is.
was gonna go over to this horse over here. Just gonna walk over to the horse. And it's just gonna like at a distance, maybe about 10 feet. It's like it's gonna inspect the horse. look at its ears, its eyes, its nose. Make sure there's no wormage.
We'll be back next week.
Oh!
To find out if there's more wormage.
Oh, not wormy.
Oh my gosh.
Dear. Anyway, all right. Something we like to do here on the channel is we like to do a favourite moment. And I realised that the system that we normally use, which is to roll the dice for it, doesn't work here. So it's going to be heads or tails. And what that means is I'm going to throw a disc and see which one of these I land on. No one, so it's me. What was my favourite moment? Well, I mean, there was the whole trying to climb out of a carriage and then realising that you had absolutely zero James Bond skills at all. Yes, that was pretty awesome. No, I think all of your reactions to the horse's head splitting open was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. I was like, yes.
I loved that.
And the seduction of Olivia was brilliant.
Beautiful.
Yes.
So there we are. What was your favourite moment? Let us know in the comments down below. And remember, you can always find these amazing folk at
No Small Roles. We do have a YouTube channel. Currently, it is just in podcast form, but you can find us wherever you get your podcasts. We are currently entering our final arc, so there is lots of lovely episodes to binge.
Brilliant. Anyway, until next week, thanks for watching. Goodbye.
Bye.